Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Raw Cloud. Today's video I want to talk about the elder trees. Okay, let's begin. Now, these elder trees, they exist millions and millions of years ago. They predate the dinosaurs. These elder trees, they were unique. They were like any other tree that grow and blossom and age over time. These elder trees, they had the ability to uproot and move around. And what they would do, they would bring knowledge. They would bring spiritual awakening to the forest, to the animals. They would settle disputes between animals. They would settle disputes between trees that were growing in an unbalanced formation. Yes, trees do and can be at odds with each other. But the unique things about the elder tree, when they uprooted, they normally go to specific areas that needed high vibrational balance. If there were places of, I want to say, not so much negative, because back then we didn't have a lot of things that go on today. I would say not enough balance within nature. They will go and restore certain balance. If certain trees, if certain plants were dying, they will go and raise that frequency. They will go and bring forth knowledge and life. Now, back then, these trees were highly known amongst the animals, amongst many trees, and the animals, even the insects, they would sit and gather and absorb the knowledge that these trees would give to the creatures that inhabit certain areas. It would be as if your grandfather came over and told you all the wonders of the world that he knew of. It was almost like that. But these trees, man, I'm telling you, whenever I think about them, it kind of saddens me, because the last elder tree stopped moving about 400 years ago. Now, this tree, it was like it had enough and it just could not take it anymore. The frequency of the planet. We had a lot of negative things that was going on back in those colonial days, back in the slavery days. There was a lot of chaos and killing that was going on between the humans. There was even wars that was fought out even before all of that, with extraterrestrials that were back then on the planet. Back then, I can't say that the reptilians were all that much negative. They had their problems back then with certain human groups that worshiped them as gods, and they would just like with the Mayans, they tricked the Mayans into worshiping them, and they brought forth cannibalism and human sacrifice. Now, these trees were seeing and absorbing all of that knowledge. These elder trees, and there were many still back then, but a lot of these trees, they just could not handle the frequency. And then when man started evolving and started to cut down these trees, that's when, the whole dynamics of the elder trees, they changed. They just could not hold and be in that negative space. They just could not bear to see it. So the last of the elder trees stopped moving around 400 years ago. And what he did, he just left that shell of a body, standing upright, still blossoming, but didn't have the capability of his spiritual wisdom, his spiritual knowledge. Just didn't have that magic. And another thing about these elder trees, now they can talk in any language. It was if they had the knowledge of the Akashic records within them. They knew about the Sasquatch. They will communicate with the Sasquatch. And it's just like I said in my previous videos, how I travel and go to other dimensions is through these trees. Because these trees, all trees are connected interdimensionally. They all are connected. So, like I said, when I think about these elder trees, and a lot of you may have heard of these trees that can uproot and go into other places to spread knowledge, to raise the frequency. You guys may have heard of these trees. And a lot of the knowledge that these guys, have, they get from other timelines. They spread that interdimensional knowledge to each other. They knew about the fairies. The fairies were back in those days as well. Earth used to be in a higher frequency before it started to lower its frequency, so that humans can have the experience that they have now and rise back up. Originally, Earth was a school. It was a school for the soul. It was a school for the human form to evolve. But all of that took a twist when these negative forces started being worshipped by the humans back in that day, and they created this matrix system. So we are currently now starting to raise and move out from their control systems. And as long as we stay on a positive timeline, we can move from these lower dimensional timeline, like with these destructions that could happen. We have avoided a lot of these timelines that could have destroyed the earth. And a lot of us have seen these timelines in many visions. And what I do, I pull down information, I get downloads, and I'll go through these series of events that I'll be there and witness and bring that information back. And now these timelines can merge between positive and the negative, and we'll get these bumps and scrapes along the way, but they won't be at a worldwide devastation So we're not out of the woods yet. And we will continue to have these little bumps and bruises along the way as we move up in frequency. So, guys, just continue to, have that love and compassion for others in your heart. And if while you're going through this spiritual awakening, I do want to say, you may be in a relationship where your partner may not be on board with that awakening, and they are still, you know, in some ways holding you back and evolving and stepping into your full spiritual awakening. Now, we have to think that these people, we cannot judge them because they're not ready. They have their own time to evolve. And of course, you guys are going to have disputes and things may not work out, but you at some point are going to have to decide, is it worth being held back when you're trying to fully awaken, when you on your spiritual path? Is this person worth more of your time if they're not putting in the same as you are? A lot of times we make the wrong decisions and stick around, and we choose to hold our own self back at that point. So we all have to come to a decision of what we want for ourselves, because in the end it is about you evolving. It's about you. It's not about you being selfish. It's about you evolving and thriving. And there will be people that will be sent your way to hold back your spiritual development. Sometimes we end up in relationships with these people. So let's just say you have to ask yourself, when you're in a relationship and you're not really getting that fulfillment from that next person, and you're ready to show love, and the other person is ready to show drama, are you willing to stick around? This is not an easy subject to talk about, because we all been in relationships that did not work. But should it stop you from evolving? Should it should it stop you from continue to walk on your spiritual path? No. I want to say no, it should not stop you. Because truly, the only person that can hold themselves back is yourself. But in any case, I say whatever happens in your life, your relationships, always choose your heart. Always do what's best for your heart and always listen to it. You can't force anybody to change. And if it's not working out for you, I really do suggest that you know, just move away from that person. Determine how bad the situation really is. Assess everything before you make a decision on whether you want to stay with the person or not. It's not going to be easy, but I think we all should know our own worth and who we allow in our lives to share our life with. Because you're only going to get one life as the person you are right now. So truly think about what's really worth it for you, and have you try everything to be the best person you can for that other person before you make a decision. And if that other person is not willing to do some things, to change some things about themselves, to enhance or better the life you both can have, if they are not willing to make certain sacrifices for love, then you have your answer. But nevertheless, guys, you guys are beautiful people that come to this channel. You guys are going to have everyday life problems, and you are not by yourself. You are not alone. Keep your energy up, keep that love up, and continue to do things your way. But do it with an open heart. Guys, I love, honor, and respect you. Have a good day.